Hello YouTube, welcome back. Chris here. I want to do a video for you on every Park Tool tire lever ever made. I was fortunate enough to track down all of these except for one new in packaging. So we'll be able to see them in packaging and out of packaging. These are all brand new except for my TL10, which I actually did a video on and posted yesterday. I'll link that in the description if you haven't seen it yet. Great video on that crazy TL10. But we'll go through each one of these tools. I'll do a quick demonstration on them to show basically how they work prying off and prying on a tire. And then at the end we'll rank them, in my opinion, from best to worst. So let's get started. So first up, we have our Park Tool TL1. This is a discontinued tool. It's been replaced by the Park Tool TL1.2. This comes in a 3-pack. These are brand new. I did cut them open here just to make it a little easier for the video, but haven't taken them out yet. So 3 levers. They have a hook on one end and a lever on the other end for getting underneath the bead of the tire. The 3 levers connect together with these little channels here, so you can keep them together if you're keeping them in a saddlebag or a small toolbox. And while I'm at this, I'm going to show you the TL1.2, because I'm only going to demonstrate one of these. They're very similar. TL1.2 is basically the same thing, same design, just updated. 3 levers, they snap together, hook on one end, the little lever on the other end. Same type deal here. If we hold these side by side, I've got your TL1 on the left and 1.2 on the right. Few differences. The part that grabs the bead of the tire has changed a little easier on the 1.2. The hook, pretty similar actually. The biggest difference, which you can't really tell from being on film, is the material. The TL1 is a very stiff plastic, and I've actually used these for many years. They do break, not often, but in a real tight tire you can snap one of these fairly easily. 1.2 is a little bit softer, which actually makes it more flexible and less likely to snap in half. So that's one thing they did update, as well as the design a little bit on these 2 levers. If we go to our tire here, I'm just going to use the 1.2. We're going to peel back the bead, stick this in underneath our bead here, pry it off, and then you can start to work your way around the rim to take it off. If it's a really tight tire, they do give you the hook on the side, so you can grab the spoke, take a second tire lever, put it in, and start working your way around in one of the other direction. As far as putting the tire back on, you're going to run this up the inside of the rim, pull it over, and pretty easy tire lever to use. One of my favorite go-tos in the shop, TL1 and TL1.2, just super basic, simple, easy to use, compact tire lever. Next up, we have the TL4. This tire lever is a little bit wider than your TL1 and 1.2. It comes in a 2-pack, not a 3-pack. It's got a hook on one end and just a hole on the other end that you could hang on a pegboard or something, but no hook for the spoke, which is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of this tire lever. Number 2, the end here is really shallow. So super hard to grab a bead and stay on it. I've slipped with these many times. Spoiler alert, I'll tell you right now, this is my least favorite tire lever they ever made. I've cut myself many times using this and then just decided this ain't for me and haven't used one since. I did buy some new in packaging here just for the video's sake, but this is the TL4. Now, I haven't tried the TL4.2, which is the updated version. So this will be the first time trying it. I think it's a big improvement here. The hook for the tire is significantly bigger to grab the bead. So I'm guessing there's a lot less chance of slippage on this. And it does have spoke hooks on this side, on both sides of the lever that you can hook a spoke with, as well as your hole to hang it. So big improvement in my opinion just from the visuals. We'll see how it works on a tire here. So let's do that now and see how easy or not easy this tire lever works. Same thing, we'll just peel our bead back, grab it, and pull it over the rim, start sliding around. Now I can tell you right now, I actually really like this lever. Like I said, never used this before, this is the first time, but good control, nice big hook, so it's grabbing the tire real easily. I also do like the hooks on the other end on both sides. Now this is a bladed spoke, and this hook actually isn't very good for bladed spokes. It will grab it, but there's not a lot of hook on there like there is on a TL 1.2. But overall, not a bad lever. Let's see if we're putting it back on. Run it up on the inside of the tire here, pull it over. Yeah, no, I really like that lever. It's not bad at all. I think it's a big improvement on the 1.4, which we're going to do here. Hopefully I won't cut my fingers, but really hard to get around the bead. It doesn't have a very good grab on it. So that's the TL4 and the TL 4.2. Next up, the TL5. They still make this tool. It is a current tool. It's a monster. I mean, this is a huge tire lever. It's metal. These are for real extreme circumstances. If you have a super tight tire, you could probably a motorcycle tire on with this thing. I would caution people in using this in that it's all metal, so it's gonna be really rough on your aluminum rims. It may damage or scrape or dent your rims if you're prying real hard on it. Cool tool. I could see this being useful in the shop when you get some of these obscure tires for someone's wheelbarrow or something like that. We get that a lot. But as far as a bicycle tool, only in a real extreme circumstance would I think this would be necessary. So not my favorite, but it is super cool. Heavy duty. And I'll show you here. This is a fairly loose tire, so I don't have to worry too much about damaging the rim. Doesn't actually grab the bead that well, but probably made for a tighter tire. But anyway, that's the TL5. And yeah, a little bit overkill, but I think it's a pretty sweet tool. Now we have our TL6. TL6 is a discontinued tool. This is a pair of steel core tire levers. So they are metal on the inside, but they're coated in this nice plastic or Teflon coating. So you have all the strength of your steel tire lever, but a lot more gentle on your wheels. Still pretty heavy duty. I think you could do just about as much with this as you can with your TL5, but I think it's just a little more gentle and a little bit easier on your equipment. It comes in a set of 2, and they're black in color as opposed to the normal traditional Park Tool blue. Well, let's give this one a go. I've never used this tool. I have used the 6.2, which I'm going to show you next. Yeah, it's a pretty easy to use tire lever. I like that. One thing I might say about it, and I think this got improved with the 6.2, the edge of this hook here is fairly wide because it's a steel core wrapped in plastic. Let's grab our 6.2 here and compare. This is our Park Tool TL 6.2. This tire lever is the updated version of the 6. Comes in a 2-pack, but you can see, let me get the other one for comparison here. The points are a lot different. This one has a little bit of the steel core exposed on the 6.2, while the 6 doesn't. But I could see this, because it's thinner, especially on a tight tire, being easier to get this under the bead of a tire. So yeah, much easier to grab the tire with that, because it's slimmer at the point, but still all the strength of the 6. Overall, I definitely think this is a good update. Although I will say, the look and feel of the 6 is nice. I mean, I almost like the look and feel of the 6 better, but that point I think is a deal breaker and makes the 6.2 a better tool. And last but not least, the Park Tool TL10. I'm not going to go too in-depth on this tool because I just did a whole video on it, which I'll link in the description. But crazy tool. They don't make this anymore. It's a very large tire lever. I'm actually going to leave the demonstration out because this really takes a whole video to demonstrate how to use this thing. So I'll put the other video in the description. Please take a look at it if you're interested. Really cool tool and a nice piece of history here in the bike world. But a little more than I want to talk about in this video, but that is the Park Tool TL10, and something they don't make anymore. Kind of rare tool actually, but pretty cool indeed. So check that out if you get a chance, and I think you'll really like how that tool works. So there we have it. That's every Park Tool tire lever ever made, explained and demonstrated. So as we go here, Park Tool TL1, 1.2, 4, 4.2, 5, 6, 6.2, and 10. Now as promised, we got to put these in order from least favorite to favorite. I can tell you right now, least favorite, as I mentioned before, is going to be the TL4. Really don't care for that tool. Hard to use, borderline dangerous. I've cut my fingers with it before. The next one, probably our TL5. As much as I think it's a cool tool and I would definitely use it for certain applications, a little bit overkill. I don't think that's super necessary for a bicycle tire. I think the TL6 and 6.2 is much better suited. Next in the line, TL10. I gave that one a little bump just because it's super unique and something I've never seen anyone else do. So probably not the most practical tool, but I do like it because of what it has to offer to the bike world. Next in line, we're going to put the 4.2. And then we're going to put the TL1 and the 1.2, the 6, and the 6.2. So in my opinion, the 6.2 is the best tire lever in the bunch. Protects your wheels with the Teflon coating, but super durable with that steel core. The 6 is just an older version, almost as good, just doesn't have that nice skinny tip on it. TL1 and 1.2, that's a tire lever you're going to use everywhere, whether it's in your saddlebag on the road or just for shop use. Can't have enough of those. They're inexpensive, they're easy to use, work great. Definitely an awesome tire lever. I'm very impressed by that 4.2. I think it's got a lot of potential, and I'm going to try and use that a little more in the future. And then we've got our 10, our 5, and the 4. So if you like this video, please feel free to comment, tell me what you liked or didn't like about these tools and maybe what your favorites are. And if you have any questions or concerns, please put that as well. If you like this video, please subscribe. I'm going to make some more. Thank you.